our ground, here it goes down. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Oh, wait to see, we're gonna be legendary. Ain't no time like the here and now. Yeah, we showed up, now we showing up. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary. Raise up a white flag. Didn't come this far just to turn back. The curtains fall for the last act. Breaking that levee, breaking that levee. We don't back down. This is what we're made of. Standing our ground, here it goes down. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Oh, wait to see, we're gonna be legendary. Ain't no time like the here and now. Yeah, we showed up, now we showing up. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary. We don't back down. This is what we're made of. Standing our ground, here it goes down. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Oh, wait to see, we're gonna be legendary. Ain't no time like the here and now. Yeah, we showed up, now we showing up. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary.
I got metal running through my bones, a resurrection like a ghost. Hurricane, go ahead and blow. Where you could keep your white flag, I'll never fold. A shadow on the battlefield, a survivor, never yield. A thunder, go ahead and shake. Don't run from the storm when I feel the rain. There's no rest for the wicked, no victory for the weak. And when the weeds getting thicker, you'll never see me on my knees. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. I got a fever in my blood, a falling embers from above. I feel the heat when the pressure blows, a wildfire that you can't control. There's no rest for the wicked, no victory for the weak. And when the weeds getting thicker, you'll never see me on my knees. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. it's explosive.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Season 11 rolls on with the Northwest Truck Series as we're in summer and we debut a new track for the round of the championship and the playoffs upon us. This is round number 12 tonight, the Northwest Racing Series Trucks, and we're at Kern County Raceway Park for the first time ever. Ready to see what these drivers will do on one of the most prestigious, popular short track facility virtual venues in the world. Kevin Harvick's Kern County Raceway Park. Welcome to coverage of iRacing on LSRTV and on the Community Radio Network. I am Wesley Outland. My color analyst is Nah, which means nobody. It's me. I'll be calling the race tonight. Charles Wooten is on production. He's handling everything here on the production images, the video, the graphics, all that good stuff side, and we're ready to roll. So with that being said, they're getting ready to go to qualifying right after the drivers meeting concludes. Let's take a look at the race analysis for tonight. Race information. Obviously, no fast repair in this series. Your short track racing, 100% fuel capacity, 4 sets of tires. That's the original set on the trucks, as well as the 3 on the pit lane they can use. 3 attempts at overtime for green, white checker if needed. This race is on a short track, and it will be 175 laps the distance here tonight. Short track racing at Kern County Raceway Park. Weather conditions to the other right of the screen, presented by Kaufman Creative, the official webmaster of LiveSimRacing.com. And at Kern County Raceway Park, it is currently 84 degrees in virtual Bakersfield. Windy, though. It is windy. 18-mile-an-hour winds. We just saw that. Sim time is just before 3 p.m. Pacific. Just about to hit, a matter of fact, the 3 p.m. Pacific hour of this race. It will be daytime as well, and that's going to make it really, really fun. We'll see how it all shakes out. But the track temp is at 111 degrees as we are ready to go for racing. So, with that being said, everybody is pumped up and excited to see what the new Kern County Raceway will provide, no doubt, for these drivers as they get into position. Let's take a look at the point standings leading up into tonight's event for the drivers going into the race. And obviously, right now as it stands, it is the driver of Toby Ritter's Clifford up in front by only 9 points. He has a 9-point lead over Sean Breitzman. And both of those drivers have wins. Sean Breitzman actually has 2 wins this year. Ryan Gormley is back in third, 13 back. Then you've got Brian Barnes, former Northwest Cup Series champion, back in fourth, 23. Then it's 39 back with Jeff Stabnow, the Daytona winner, followed by Dennis Moore, Ryan Bloom, Tyler King, Dan West Jr., and Paul Newton. The top 10 now separated by only 60 points or less than 60 points coming into this race. It is short track racing at its finest here at Kern County Raceway Park. And again, this is something new to the series because these drivers on the Northwest Racing Series have never took on this venue before. This should be an interesting race. We'll see how it all shakes up here in just a matter of moments as you're starting to see some of the drivers popping into view. You just saw Harris. You see now Jeff Stab now, and the others will pop in here, and we'll get ready to go with qualifying. So, again, Kern County Raceway, it is a new track. They've never raced on here before, so we really don't know what type of a what we're in for. We don't know what type of a program that we're going to see come from out of this. Obviously, Kern County, Raceway Park is a very pretty facility, obviously. But again, it's new. It's new for us. So we're kind of going ourselves into new chartered territories on the world of iRacing for the series to see how things will turn out for this race, obviously. So the track dimensions, that is the Kern County Raceway Park. It is a half-mile racetrack. I do want to throw that out there. It's a half-mile, 0.8 kilometers. It is a clay oval, or pavement. I'm sorry, pavement track. And corners are banked between 12 to 14 degrees. The straightaways are 8 degrees on the paved racetrack. That is, of course, the Kern County Raceway. And we now go to qualifying of the half mile, and here comes now the first man out of the gate, Ryan Gormley. Got a win a couple of weeks ago at a track that's kind of similar to this, Iowa Speedway. And we'll see what this driver will do in the Shell Pennzoil number 22 Chevrolet, Ryan Gormley. Little wiggle there coming off the exit of turn 4. Notice the transition of turn 4 going to turn 1. That's also a very unique racetrack. It's kind of like an extra corner going into the corners, if you will. It kind of reminds me a lot of Nazareth. Look at this on board right here. It's a perfect way to describe it. Look at it going the straightaway. See a little corner there before you dive into the corner, into 1 and 2. Ryan Gormley finishing up with his qualifying lap. He'll set the bar. Here comes now BJ Tidrick. Tidrick just finishing up with his qualifying time. Popsicle Chevrolet Barnes is up now. Brian Barnes. By the way, time to beat by Brian Barnes. Now Ryan Gormley, 18.758. 18.758, that's the pole time. Tyler King, former series champion, on the track now qualifying. '21 back straightaway. Tyler King holding his line, going into the corner. And whoa, about locked it up. Has to get on the binders to avoid spinning or even slamming into the wall. That's going to hurt King's lap. Here comes Stephen O'Hare now in 41. So if you're a fan of short track racing, this is the place to be tonight, no doubt. With the Kern County Raceway Park now being advertised here. There we see Stephen O'Hare working his way down the backstretch into turn number 3, working off the exit of 4. Got about 10 minutes left to go in qualifying. Pretty good field of trucks here tonight, by the way, for round number 12 of the series. I think we're at 25 or so. As Stephen O'Hare just finishing up his qualifying lap. So far, we've only had about 6 or 7 takers to take time. Stephen Paulison is up now, the 58 machine. Blue, silver, Ford Performance, number 58. We'll see what he can do on his qualifying lap. as Stephen Paulison back straight away into turn number 3. There's Sean Breitzman. Sean Breitzman obviously second in the point standings, as we mentioned, coming on the air. 9 points back to Toby Ritters. 2 wins this year for Sean Breitzman, the driver originally from Puyallup, Washington, now resides in Tucson, Arizona. But I'm understanding he might be moving back again. Is the Breitzman in trouble? Sideways, wiggles, and spins it out. Does he not? He saves it again. Boy, that happened all the way from turn 2, down the back stretch, all the way to 3, before he finally locked up the 46. Breitzman did get a lap in, though, and 19.146 is what his time will be. 19.146. Here's Devin West, Shelton, Washington driver. Chevrolet. Number 5. Defending series champion. He'll put another lap and finish. Dennis Moore up now. Let's see where Dennis Moore goes. Let's see. He is to the top. Dennis Moore, fast time. 18.518. Now the new time to beat for qualifying. 18.518 seconds. Let's see where Ritters ends up now. The points leader, Clifford, Ace High Racing. Number 3, his Chevrolet works off turn 4 at Kern County, coming to the line. And 9th in the top 10 for Toby Ritters. So right now, Dennis Moore setting the fast time. Devin West is second on the outside front row. King, Newton, and O'Hare right now, your top 5. Here comes Jeff Stabnow. Jeff Stabnow and up to 5th. 18.693 on his first lap. Let's see if he'll improve on his second. No, he is not. He's in the wall. So we'll have to settle for his first lap being the best. Boy, that's one of the things we're definitely going to notice here when we get all these trucks on the racetrack, is that transition of working off 2, trying to keep the truck off the wall. Cleaning the tires, Dan West Jr., Shelton, Washington driver of the 55. He has a different approach working into 3 and 4. Drives the high side. Keeps it off the wall. He's on the clock now in the 55. Ryan Bloom, by the way, just went to the pole. 18.369, bumping Dennis Moore. And Dan West Jr. goes around on 3 and 4 exit. Kevin Smith up now. Click It RV, Bomb Speed, West Coast Auto Salvage, 00 from Walla Walla, Washington. Smith on the back straightaway, holding that line. Let's see how his transition will be, and he's in trouble as the back end comes out of the 00 for Smith. That's going to hurt his qualifying lap. Dan West Jr. going to try again. $175 laps around the half mile. That is Kern County Raceway Park in virtual Bakersfield. Daytime conditions. Dan West Jr. trying to get a better lap in qualifying this time. Transitions better off of 4. Locks it up, though. He's not. Well, yeah, he goes to second. So Dan West Jr. is going to qualify now second best. 18.476, and now Kevin's going to get another shot at it. And what do you know? Kevin Smith will now go to the pole. 18.357. Kevin Smith figured something out after that transition of spinning the first time to come to qualify, and now he is the new man at the P1 spot. 18.357, 18.369 for Bloom, 18.476 for Dan West Jr., 18.518 for Dennis Moore, and Devin West, 18.549 for the top 5. Well, are there going to be any other takers? That's the question. We see now the 77 of Harris. Will he enter the racetrack? We've got about 3, 6, 9, 10 drivers that have not qualified yet. Clock is expiring, and that is it. These drivers have decided to forfeit qualifying, and they will start shotgun on the field of the rest of the drivers that took time here in qualifying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the starting lineup. Round 12 tonight, Kern County Raceway. By the way, we're live in addition on the community where LSRTV and CRN 87.9 FM, and we are CRN.com. Kevin Smith, Ryan Bloom will make up row number 1. Row 2 will find Dan West Jr. and Dennis Moore. Row 3, Devin West and Tyler King. Row number 4, you'll see Paul Newton and Jeff Stabnow. Top 10 tonight, Stefano Hare and Stephen Paulison. Row 6, Ryan Gormley. He got a win at Iowa. This track kind of similar but smaller in configuration. And Brett Johnson looking for that first win of his career for the Northwest as well for Team LSRTV. Row 7, of course, that's the Texas winner of Kobe Ritters and Brian Barnes alongside the 4. Row 8, Christopher White, a former Cup Series champion along with Barnes, and Dana Rogers to the outside of the 07. Sean Brightsman, 2-time winner this year, former champion, is in row 9, and Roy Grande alongside the top 18. Top 20 will find Troy Daggett of the 99, BJ Kidrick in 72. Row 11 are drivers again that did not qualify. Frank Harris in 77, the legend, and the Catman, James Vining in the 333. Row 12, Ray Fournier in the 26, and Bryce Clark alongside in 98. Row 13 will find Scott Hutchinson in the 91 and Tyler Kim in 38. And that's the lineup with also Chase Carrillo in the back. 27 truck field rolling around the track for their preliminary warm-up laps before we take them to full speed. We saw them struggling qualifying. We saw the trucks diamonding off of 3 and 4, losing handling. The transition of going into 1 and 2, the transition of coming into turn 3 here at Kern County Raceway Park. What will it be like for these drivers as they're about to come around here on their first preliminary lap at the half mile? The lights will go off this time by. 1 to go indication is being given. The green flag will wave next time by. Field is in position. Field is set. Kevin Smith from Walla Walla, Washington on the front row. He has not won yet this year. No, correction, I am sorry. He does have a win this year. Kevin Smith does have a win. He won back earlier. He won at Iowa, as a matter of fact. Ready to go. He won Nashville last week. Coming to the line, green flag is out. We're going to fill the roar at Kern County Raceway. We're short track Monday night racing with the Northwest. You saw just a glimpse of what happened to Devin West and another driver, and we've got also Brett Johnson in trouble. He spins in turn 4, and the caution flag will come out for the first time on the opening laps. Got a couple of laps completed. and the yellow flag will fly. We also saw a driver come down to pit road. Tyler King, Brett Johnson, and Brian Barnes involved. Here's a look at a replay. We'll get it to you here in just a moment. Find out what happened. Brian Barnes on the start of the race, man, got stacked up and into the wall. Now let's go back to the incident off turn 4 because this still continues. I think the caution was already out here, I believe. Yes. King with a problem. Here's an extended replay. Let's watch what happened to 21. Oh boy, he didn't fire. It stacked and bottled the field behind them. Yeah, Brett Johnson was the one that spun in 4 whenever we saw Devin West in the fence. So we'll watch the 7 here. After they got started, you see Tyler King already way off the pace. There's the 7. White to his inside. And you come back around next time and you'll see what happened to the 7 truck. Watch the 7, still working off to up on the high side. Kind of in his own rhythm, if you will. There's White to the inside, and there you see it just lost it in the corner where the 7 went around. No harm, no foul. It looks like he's okay. He'll continue along. So Kevin Smith putting us under, or the leader of the race right now after our first caution. Involving King, and of course we saw Devin West hit the wall. Tyler King had some problems. Brett Johnson spinning again off 4. And we'll get ready to reset them. Get stacked up. Two by 2, and we will try this again. Kevin Smith, Ryan Bloom on the front row, Dan West Jr., Devin West, father, son, right there on row 2. Dennis Moore, Paul Newton. First 3 rows. Back underway here in Kern County. Still a long way to go for 175 laps tonight. Round 12. Hey, by the way, quick reminder, series will be off next Monday night in observance of 4th of July. So no racing next Monday. Gormley up high. Here comes Newton on the bottom. O'Hare inside, and we got a caution. Trouble on the racetrack. So the yellow flag will fly. I'm not sure what the cause of the caution is for here. I think it was the driver in 23rd spot that spun around. That was it, Ray Fournier, I think, maybe. Whoever was in 23rd on the racetrack, yeah. Whoever was 23rd on the racetrack, was it Brian Barnes? It might be Brian Barnes because he's back on pit road again. Stephen O'Hare. That's the incident. The 41, Stephen O'Hare. So we'll find the 41 of Stephen O'Hare is what they're saying. Let's go back for a replay and see what went on with the 41. He might have just got at a 45-degree angle and just kind of got sideways and they triggered the yellow. That's O'Hare in the 41, and Stabnow goes around. Wow. So O'Hare and Stabnow around one another, and the 24 spinning. Another caution out at Kern County Raceway. We'll step away and take a break. We're just getting started for 175 laps for the Northwest Racing Series.
Drag race to the line.
Big thanks to Race On and all the other partners that make it happen here. iRacing on LSRTV from Kern County Raceway. So now we're going to have a couple of Win Racing drivers and Team LSRTV on the first two rows for the restart. Kevin Smith and Ryan Bloom right there alongside as they come back to the Geico restart zone. Green flag flies. We're back underway. Smith with a good jump on the restart. How long will that last, though? Because here comes a big gaggle of traffic after him. Devin West inside. Bonside off the driver door. Bloom got the clear. Moore got after that one, as well as Dan West Jr. They're single file now, working off the corner. Thundering off of 3 and 4 down to the line, and trouble. Ryan Gormley and Stefano Hare tangle, gets into one another. A little bit of damage on some more trucks like Carl Burke. And the caution is out again for the third time in 15 laps. There's Gormley to the left rear of Newton. O'Hare. Everyone stacking up behind him, and my apologies, it was not Carl Burke, that was BJ Tidrick in 72. Another yellow flag out over the racetrack off of turn number 3 and 4. And we got some drivers on pit road. By the way, Virginia811.com reminding you, digging with care. Call before you dig. And Kern County so far tonight has had 3 cautions for 12 caution laps of the 16 so far in the race. 4 have only been in the racing. No lead changes, as Kevin Smith has still been the man that has led the race so far. Again, Virginia811.com reminding you to dig with care. There's Gormley, bottom of the racetrack, Shell Pennzoil 22. Looks like he is going to be coming on the pit road. Hey, by the way, watch Gormley, Charles. That's something because the entrance onto pit lane is rather interesting here at Kern County Raceway. That's something we're definitely going to be keeping watching throughout the night for sure. As Gormley misses the pit entrance, others are pulling in. Look at how they're coming down pit road, bottom of their apron in the back stretch, and they pull in to the pit lane from turn 3. So Kevin Smith up in front, Win Racing drivers also with Ryan Bloom. Devin West was trying to get a shot to go after them on the restart, just kind of ran out of time, and then the caution did come out. Dennis Moore as well in 44. Dan West Jr. watching along. So is O'Hare and Newton. And quickie yellow for, obviously short track racing. So that's a good thing. The lights are out. We should be ready to go back to green here. Smith on the front row along with Bloom. Win Racing in the first 4 spots. And we got trouble on the restart. Trouble just grazed over the back end of Dana Rogers' front end truck. That's Stephen Paulison that's gone around, and Frank Harris in 77. Another yellow flag out. This is the 4th caution in 20 laps. And here's a replay. And it just looks like Paulison didn't get fired. And Harris around. Let's see it again from another angle, maybe from up top from the blimp view. Yeah, you see the field getting stacked up 2 by 2 for the restart. Here's from high above. Aerial coverage for tonight's race, by the way, provided by LSRTV. Your home for Sim Racing. Watch this. Watch Ritters. Ritters up ahead in the 3. Didn't look like he didn't get fired in time. And then it stacked up the outside lane. Dana Rogers in the Fanta 07 tags the back hits the 77. Nowhere to go for Harris after Paulison got turned around. And that causes another yellow flag. We're approaching the top of the hour. We'll pause for 10 seconds of network radio identification on CRN, and we'll take a break. This is iRacing on LSRTV from Kern County Raceway.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
Drag race to the line.
Back here at Kern County Raceway, lights off on the iRacing pace car, and we will get ready for a restart here. Four laps. And back to Kern County. Still a long way to go, 150 laps remaining as we go back to racing. Kevin Smith, good restart. Bloom on the outside. Here comes now Devin West inside, door to door. Dennis Moore watches on. A little wiggle there for a minute by Bloom. He'll hold on to that spot. To the inside. Devin West going after Moore. Can't get there. Caution's out again. Trouble. I believe it's Tyler Kim this time that's crashed. Yellow flag will fly. Caution flag number 5 tonight here at Kern County, and it is Tyler Kemp. Look at this. I was just fighting the handling of that truck as he was working off the backstretch before he even got into 3 and 4. And on the exit up too fast, and just a truck rear end shot from underneath him. And the caution will come out again. The Pied Piper, though, in the early going of 30 laps is Kevin Smith. He is the man that's leading the way right now. Kevin Harvick's Kern County Raceway Park measures it again a half mile, 0.08 kilometers. Straightaways are banked at 8 degrees. The corners are all in unison, 12 to 14 degrees of banking. Did you know that Kern County Raceway, Charles, also has a dirt track? There is a 1/3 or a quarter mile dirt track at the Kern County Raceway Fairgrounds also. Yeah. Didn't know if you knew this or not, but the track actually was built in 2013 when it opened, and it was actually called Mesa Marin Raceway. Mesa Marin Raceway. All right, we'll try this for a restart in just a moment. So right now it is Smith up in front, Bloom second. Got to think any time now, race director might also decide to start making these guys be single file for restarts. At least just to try to get them back going again. And we will try this one more time. All right. Smith and Bloom on the front row. 32 laps in as we'll get ready for a restart. Back underway here at Kern County Raceway. Maybe we can have a good green flag run now. Hopefully a decent green flag stretch of the race. And I spoke too soon as Dan West Jr., Ryan Bloom, and others are spinning. Caution out again. Wow. Let's watch it again. I think they were going to try to stack it up 3 wide with Devin West in the back. Thought about going inside and outside. West with contact on the right rear 44 of Moore. Around goes Bloom. Devin West and Dan West were able to hold their positions, and then all of a sudden Ryan Bloom coming back down the banking and slammed in by Tyler King in 21. Another caution flag here as we are at midnight. Any takers on the pit road? I don't see it happening yet. That'll let us step away and thank more sponsors. We're back with more coverage in a moment from Kern County Raceway. So far, it's been Caution Flag City.
drag race to the line.
Back here, of course, at the Kern County Raceway Park. We'll get ready to go back for a restart. Smith and Moore on the front row now. And spinning tires. Moore didn't fire. This opens the door. Team LSRTV. This is Devin West. Dan West Jr. says, "Excuse me, coming through, Dad." He'll follow him as they work back on the restart of the corner. This race, 175 laps. We're 40 laps into this race right now. As the green flag just came out, top 10, Kevin Smith, Dennis Moore, Devin West, Dan West Jr., Paul Newton, top 5, Stephen O'Hare, Toby Ritters, Sean Breitzman, Christopher White, and Dana Rogers, your top 10. As fast as I gave a top 10 rundown, that's how fast they thunder around the half mile here at Kern County Raceway. Down into the corner, into the 1 and 2 area. Jeff Stabnow, Sean Breitzman, Daggett, Gormley watching on. Gormley had a problem earlier in the race that brought out a caution. He's rallied his way back into the top 15. Trying to hook up with Breitzman and Stabnow to get in the top 10 spot. Rogers now up to 9th. A little wiggle there from Stabnow. Gormley inside of Breitzman. They're door to door. Give them room. Got the clear. Plenty of room given. Obviously, if you did not know, Kevin Harvick owns this racetrack now. Gormley inside, Rogers up high, Breitzman watches on. Daggett 13th, Paulison right there also. They had problems earlier and we got trouble in the front of them as Stefano Harris crashed in the pack. They save it, I believe. They didn't get hit. 41 goes around, caution out. Another yellow flag on the speedway. This is the 7th caution of the race in 50 laps. Here's a replay. O'Hare. Well, you see, that lap he looked okay. Here it is. Just lost it off the corner. Look at this. Just literally off of turn 2. The back end shot out and around he went, slammed into the safer barrier, or not even a safer barrier here, into the wall. And that puts us under the caution. Dennis Moore is the man out in front right now. There's 125 laps left to go. 125 remaining when they come to the line. Oh, nobody's coming to pit road yet. Dennis Moore, Dan West Jr., Devin West, 1, 2, and 3. Paul Newton actually doing fairly well in the top 5. It's a guy that we actually know from the road courses. We call him the road course king. He's actually holding his own and staying in the top 5. Ryan Gormley, by the way, has pitted 3 times, and he's still in the top 10. He's in 8th. 7th caution of the night, as we mentioned. 33 caution laps of 50 laps of the race have been cautioned. 17 are under green flag only. 3 lead changes so far. Dennis Moore now the leader of this event. Kevin Smith did come onto pit road. We'll try this again. We'll double them up. Get ready for a restart. Hey, by the way, don't forget, coverage on LSRTV continues on Wednesday with the Full Throttle Sim Racing Truck Series. They'll be in action. I believe we're going to be at New Hampshire. No, we were at New Hampshire last week. Oh, well, they'll be somewhere. Back on our way here at Kern County. Usually they mimic the NASCAR schedule. So, I believe the NASCAR series, the trucks, are scheduled to run. Is it Nashville this weekend? I believe it is. I believe it is Nashville. It is at Nashville. They will be at Nashville, yes. So maybe the trucks will be at Nashville tomorrow on Wednesday night. Trucks are at Kern County Raceway tonight. It has been caution flag fiesta. Yellow flag fever for that yellow truck of Gormley. He had a share of it. Boy, Chris White, a little shot loose off of 2 a moment ago in front of Brightsman. Somehow they held on to it. Harris up the hill. That's Tidrick on the bottom. Rogers watches on the fan of colors. Working back down the back stretch. Another long green flag run finally underway again. 3 wide. Tidrick almost after Smith. Smith in the middle. He bonsais off the outside lane and drops up to the top in front of White. He was on the inside. He was in the middle. Shot the gap and went up high and avoided all of them. Smith in 00. Here comes now Daggett in the 99 inside. Tidrick in 72 now in this mix as well. 60 laps in of 175. Here at Kern County, we finally got something cooking. We finally got something cooking. We're at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Kern County Raceway Park. Virtual Bakersfield. Bakersfield! Walking the streets of Bakersfield on the half mile tonight. There goes Ritters. Here comes now the battle between Bloom and Tidrick. They're alongside one another. .64 of 175 laps when they come back to the line. Now you see Ritters and Smith battling spots. Remember, Smith pitted. Drivers right now in the top 5 or 4 have not pitted. That's Dennis Moore, Dan West Jr., Devin West, and Paul Newton. 81, Chase Carrillo, the Coors Light Chevrolet. Looks like he's going behind the wall. He might be out. And he is. There's Harris in 13th. Johnson behind him. Johnson had a little problem when the race started, but he has put himself in the 14th position on the racetrack. There goes Smith up high. Bottom of the speedway. There's Breitzman and Bloom. Win racing in front of Team LSRTV. Sean Breitzman trying to go 2 for 1 for that spot. By the way, if you are keeping track, this race again, 175 laps. Lap 88 will be halfway, and that's quickly approaching. So, and I don't want to jinx anything, but this definitely has been our longest stretch of racing we've seen. Everybody doing really good now. I wonder if we had drivers coming down to the pit lane making adjustments, and when they made those adjustments on the trucks, it's made the handling better for them. Back straight away now, continuing to stay in line, hold that position. Back to the stripe. Smith on the inside. Teammate Bloom will follow. Stabnow going 2 for 1 to the outside lane, and wiggles in front of Stabnow with Smith. Everybody quickly on the binders and made an evasive move to miss them to the line. 100 laps to go. 75 laps completed. Stabnow now under attack by Bloom on the inside. Driver left. Door to door as they sell it off into 3 at Kern County. Bloom on the bottom. Stabnow will follow. Breitzman. So is also Gormley. And there's contact. Stabnow. T-bones. Ryan Bloom all the way to the back stretch into turn 3. Caution out. Ryan Bloom, Jeff Stabnow battling stride for stride. Contact made. Turned into the driver's side and into the front nose of the 24 Stabnow. And Ryan Bloom got shot halfway to the back straightaway into turn 3 from the contact. Here it is again. shades of what happened between Kyle Larson and Ross Chastain at Darlington Raceway last year in the Goodyear 400. Just seeing that take place now between Ryan Bloom and Jeff Stabnow. And I got a feeling pit road's about to be a busy place. We'll cover those stops before we go to network timeout, as right now Dennis Moore has not came down pit road yet. Wow. You've got to commit to coming down to pit lane all the way in turn number 2 on the back straightaway. There are a couple of takers that are boxing on pit lane. Ryan Bloom is one of them, obviously. Frank Harris, Christopher White, Stephen Paulison, Dana Rogers, Tyler King in the top 20 have come down pit road. But again, Dennis Moore has not pitted yet. A quick break, more from Kern County. We're also closing in on halfway for the Northwest Racing Series tonight.
We're a racing family that you can trust on and off the track. Here at Hercules Foundation Repair, we are here to help with our free in-home evaluations and personal repair plans. So if you're looking for foundation repair, go online or give us a call to schedule your free inspection.
Drag race to the line.
The field just took the green flag. Back to it again here at Kern County. And 3 wide behind them. Kevin Smith up in front. Dennis Moore. They're Stab down with Tendrick. And Dan West Jr. on the inside. Devin West, Paul Newton, Gormley, Dave Battle. Closing in on a handful of laps to the halfway mark here. Something to think about. This race started with 26 trucks, and we got a problem on the front straightaway. It looks like the 15th position entry's in trouble. Paulison off the pace. Back rolling, smoke clears. He should continue on. I think Paulison spun out. I think Paulison went around in 58, but we'll still stay green flag. My apologies, it's actually Tyler Kim. Whoa, Tendrick loose on the bottom. Inside, misses all that accent. Well, everyone misses and will stay green. 1 lap to halfway. Working off turn 4, coming down to the line. Cross flags in the air from the flag stand. And we're halfway home now. 88 laps down, 87 laps to go. Dan West Jr. also, by the way, is the new leader. You're on board with somebody. I believe that's Ritter's. This action going on as we got one truck slamming into the inside pit wall out of turn 4. We saw just a glimpse of the damage and the smoke coming from that incident. We still stay green though. I want to say that was a driver in the 21st position on the racetrack of Barnes. And somehow he still holds on to it. Look at this battle now. For 6th and 7th, that's Brightsman going after Dennis Moore. Trying to figure out a way to get through it as they work their way down into the corner. Back to turn 1. We got a glitch. It looks like we're having trouble getting the names to pop up on the telemetry. We're working on that behind the scenes. Please bear with us. Paulison inside of Stab now. That battle's going on now. This is for 16th. Paulison is a lap down. Stab now is actually on the lead lap, battling with Johnson, his teammate. And Bloom as well. That's the battle for 9th, 10th, and 11th, and a lap machine to boot. There's White. He's a lap down. 14 trucks on the lead lap just after a halfway. Tyler Kim is the first driver, 1 lap down in 15th. If the caution was to come out, he would get the free pass. Johnson up high. Stab now, protecting the bottom, not letting the 7 get through. And whatever glitch we had, it's cleared up because Charles is the man. Hashtag kiss the cook, hashtag kiss the producer. Mwah. Yes. And Charles is like, did he really just do that live with the air? 76 laps to go, by the way. 75 remaining when they come to the line. The longest green flag run of the race is going on right now, ladies and gents. And right now, 75 laps to go as Tyler King in trouble. Up high in turn 1 and 2. Off the pace in 21. Kim is on pit road. He forfeits the chance for a free pass as he pits. Paulison now the first truck a lap down in 15th. A lot of things happening. And for the first time tonight, we are also spread out all around the racetrack. There is Smith. Smith now outside the top 5. He's in 6th spot. Little wiggle there as he worked off 2. Ritters is right there in pursuit behind him. All the while, the West family, father, son, 1 and 2, Dan and Devin. Former champions in their own right. Devin West, defending champion. Dan West Jr., a 3-time champion. Junior up high inside. Devin West can't get there. Trying to pick off lap traffic now as Brian Barnes up in the way of the leaders. 70 laps to go next time by here at Kern County. Or should I keep saying Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway is actually the real name of the place now. Trouble, dagging around in 99. Caution out, trouble in turn 3. You caught just a glimpse of that. The 99 Daggett's truck, the Carhartt entry. One Fine Studios machine spinning around everybody on the binders, and actually this happened right in front of the leaders as well. That could have been some big trouble. Do you pit? And we've got one guy that's not pitted yet. It's Dennis Moore, and he's on pit road now. So Dennis Moore is on the pit lane. Everybody's pitted at least one or more times, but the West family do not pit. Dan West Jr. and Devin West stay on track. Stephen Paulison is, I believe, going to get the wave around. He'll come back on the lead lap again. Right now, 13 drivers on the lead lap. If you count Paulison getting back on the lead lap, that would be 14 drivers. And we are approaching 65 laps to go. Quick break! Finally halfway, finally in the home stretch at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway for the Northwest Racing Series. We're back in a moment.
We're a racing family that you can trust on and off the track. Here at Hercules Foundation Repair, we are here to help with our free in-home evaluations and personal repair plans. So if you're looking for foundation repair, go online or give us a call to schedule your free inspection.
Drag race to the line.
Getting ready for the restart here. It will be lap number 112 when they come to the line. 63 laps to go here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Back underway. Remember, the series will take off next Monday night in observance of our nation's independence, 4th of July. West. Gormley, Newton, Brightsman. Sounds like a law firm. That's your top 5 as they weasel back into the corner into 1 and 2. And another caution. Got Frank Harris in trouble, I believe. The driver in 17th spot, Frank Harris. There he is, the legend. Put in a Thunder Yellow flag again. Let's take a look at the replay. There you see it. You notice right there at the end of the back stretch, or about midway through the back stretch, you see there's the entrance where you got to drop onto the bottom of the apron there to the flat. That's where you got to commit to come down the pit road. You got to literally make that commitment going down the back stretch. Look at this from another angle. Aerial coverage for tonight's race, again brought to you by your home for sim racing. Watch the 77. Rogers outside. White will follow, and there he is, just going around on his own. Harris. Any takers on pit road? I see Tyler Kim on pit road again, but that's it. Everyone else is on. How about Ryan Gormley, by the way, audience? Ryan Gormley in second spot. Iowa winner, by the way. He won at Iowa. Knows his track fairly well. And with that being said, Ryan Gormley is in third spot, even though he has pitted 4 times. By the way, the most recent winner was at Nashville last week, and that was the winner of Tyler King, finally breaking through in victory lane. Halfway through the season after tonight, remember we're off, and then we get ready for that stretch. Well, hell, I don't even know about halfway through the season. We're about to the home stretch before the run to the playoffs. 6 races remain before the run to the playoffs. That, of course, will be in 2 weeks. July 8th at Pocono. July 15th at Darlington. New Hampshire, July 22nd. We're off on July 29th. We come back to Indianapolis August 5th. Chicagoland August 12th. Talladega, the wild card, to determine the playoff on August the 19th. And then when we return after Labor Day, 16 drivers will battle for the championship in the playoffs for season 11 of the Northwest Racing Series trucks. Lights off for the pace truck. Let's take a look at the pace car. Let's take a look at the race summary again as we're closing in on 60 to go, under 60 to go. 10 cautions so far. Oh, that's right. That's right. So what is it, like 9, 10, I think now? Something of that caliber. We're back underway. We're back to green. We're back underway. Ten cautions. Yeah, I said 10, and we're at 10 cautions. That just wrapped up the 10th caution of the race. So add on the 8 cautions from earlier, plus the 2 when they reset the graphics. So we're at 10 cautions so far. 55 laps to go. Again, Mr. Brian Morehouse in Virginia811.com getting definitely a lot of PR tonight. Closing in on lap 120, 55 laps to go, under 55 to go now. Door to door, that's Smith and Brightsman. Newton on the inside, he's up there as well, watching all this going on. Oh, and Brightsman's in trouble! Spinning, bottom of the apron. Stab now, had to get on the binders to miss him. His teammate, caution out for the 11th time. Tucson, Arizona, Sean Brightsman goes around in 46. Here's a replay. Smith and Brightsman racing hard alongside one another. Smith on the inside, Brightsman just got the wrong transitional exit off the corner. Stab now on the binders to miss the 46. And the caution comes out again. Another caution. Dan West Jr. and Devin West still alongside one another. On the front row, Kevin Smith watching along as well. And that was that battle we were referring to between Kevin Smith and Sean Brightsman. It was actually for the top 5. We'll get ready to go back for another restart here in just a moment. By the way, I kind of hinted on it. As I mentioned, we're down to like literally the last 6 weeks after tonight before the playoffs. Tonight, round number 12. I'm absolutely blown away that we started in the end of March at Daytona, and literally here we are now approaching July. It's amazing how fast this season's flew by. Started at Daytona. Jeff Stabnow won that. Sean Brightsman won Atlanta. Dan West Jr. got Vegas. Devin West got Richmond. Toby Ritters finally broke through. Won a wild race, one we'll never forget at Texas Motor Speedway. Sean Brightsman got his 2nd win of the year at Kansas. Then they came back and ran the Watkins Glen event on the road course. Devin West got his 2nd win of the year. Ryan Bloom finally broke through into victory lane. He won it. Worldwide Technology Raceway in Gateway. That was before Memorial Day. Then we just come back from this stretch now that has been 4 weeks. Kevin Smith finally got his 1st win of the year at Michigan. Ryan Gormley won Iowa. Tyler King won last week at Nashville. Happy's 175 approaching now, under 50 to go. They come back to the Geico restart zone, and we are back underway now, 47 remaining. And boy, Dan West Jr. called everybody asleep at the wheel, even his son. 55 with a flawless restart of his life down the back stretch. West, Smith. He ain't got to worry about Brightsman no more. Brightsman fell back when he spun. He's back down to 12th. And now Smith can try to gang up on the West family. Father-son duo down into turn 3. Devin West up high. Smith in the bottom. Inside. Door to door. Here comes Dennis Moore. A little sideways goes the 5. On the outside. Dennis Moore capitalizes on the bottom. Here comes Ritters now. Side by side. Contact. Up the hill goes the 5. Loses ground on Moore. Ritters now gets around West in the 3. Bloom to the bottom. Here comes now Newton. Paul Newton, a little wiggle there for a moment. Down into the transition of the corner to 3 and 4. Holds on to it. So does Bloom in 25. Now Newton up the hill. All 4. Bloom, left rear. Is Brightsman there? He is. He's trying to run back through the top 10. He's there. By the way, while all this is going on, Gormley and Ritters have moved to 4th and 5th. Kevin Smith has fell back to 7th. In the clutches of the view of Newton and Brightsman and Bloom for your top 10. Brightsman up to 9th. Man on a mission with 40 to go here at Kern Raceway. Side by side, little loose again on the corner. There goes the field thundering by. Hey, they're at full song now. We haven't done this in a while. Let's feel the roar. Extended under 40 laps at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. If you've enjoyed that almost 3-5 lap roaring crescendo of the drivers of the Northwest Truck Series roaring around the Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway in the Happy's 175, I'm Wesley Outland. Jason Rockefeller nowhere to be seen tonight. Charles Wooten on production. We're closing in on 33 to go at the line. Dennis Moore now the new leader. Ryan Gormley in second. If I remember correctly, Dennis Moore is looking for his first win of the year if he can pull it off. Dennis Moore right now, 6th in the points. 2 top 5s and 6 top 10s for the 44. It's been kind of a, I don't want to say the word dismal, but it's been a quiet year for the 44 for Win Racing. Dennis Moore across the stripe. .30 laps to go. In a race that saw a plethora of cautions, we're finally moving into, if you will, the stretch of this one. Newton inside. Dan West Jr. outside. .27 remaining when they come to the line. There's, of course, Newton 4th, West 5th. Other West, Sun West, defending champion West, 6th. There's Smith behind him in tow. Brightsman there as well. Got to watch that up ahead. 46 and 00. We saw what happened the last time they got around one another. Of course, Sean Brightsman got a little sideways and spun this time. Kevin Smith got to battle back on the driver right, or actually passenger right side of the 46. Smith powers now to the outside. Sean Brightsman on the bottom. He's got now his teammate Devin West on the top. And now Kevin Smith is boxed in. He can't go nowhere. Brightsman on the clear on the bottom. Devin West powers along as well. 25 to go. 150 laps in. Side by side again, Brightsman, West, holding up Smith. Smith, will he go 3 wide in the middle? He cannot. Johnson ready to pounce as well. Paulison inside, West now. Remember, Paulison wrecked when the race started. He's climbed his way on the lead lap back in the top 10. We're closing in on 20 laps to go. Let's pause very quickly for 10 seconds of radio network identification. The finish on Harvick's Kern Raceway next.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
Coming down to the end of this one, 20 laps to go. Welcome back to coverage. Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway and the Happy's 175 nears the home stretch. I'm Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten on production. Hope you and yours have a great off week next week. Happy 4th of July. Proud to be an American. Thank you for our military for their service. Please continue to pray for the leaders of our country. As many times as we want to face plant thinking about them. And let's think about the good times and the good things with our family and our loved ones during the 4th of July for our nation's birthday of independence. Again, we're off next Monday night. All right, 17 laps to go. Dennis Moore is the man that is up in front. He leads the way. He's finally looking to break through into victory lane. It's been kind of a, I don't want to say the word dismal comes to mind, but it's been a win season, being competitive year that we've seen in the past. Dennis Moore continuing to hit his marks in the inside, battling down the Dana Rogers truck. Wanna Fanta, don't you wanna want? Okay, I'm going off subject. The Fanta truck, you know, remember the Fanta truck, Charles? The Fanta truck? Yeah. I'm sorry, I saw the Fanta truck and got off subject. I mean, I'm not off subject. I just, started singing the Fanta song. Oh, 14 laps to go now. 3 wide, look at him, 3 wide. Oh, what are you doing? You're missing the sights. Ryan Gormley. That was Gormley and Stabnow and Newton. And the Fanta truck, the lap truck in the way of Rogers. Multiple laps down, by the way, when I say multiple laps. Coming down to the end of this one now. 12 laps to go. Dennis Moore in the lead. Gormley second. There's that 44. Another Win Racing driver trying to break into victory lane. 2 top 5s, 6 top 10s this year for the driver of the 44. No wins. Could that change tonight? 10 laps to go in the Happy's 175. Looking for another first-time winner this year on the season to join the other drivers. Dennis Moore, can he get it done? He's won before, just not won this year. Dennis Moore on the racetrack right now, hitting his mark, single digits, and we got trouble. Toby Ritters is around in 3. Caution is out, back straightaway. 9 to go, and the yellow flag flies. Front end all tore up on the number 3 machine for Ace iRacing. Already gone. Here's what happened to Ritters. Let's see a replay. Clifford is growling right now on the back straightaway. Oh, man, just lost it. And more damage as he slams onto the inside wall and then back onto pit road. Tough break there. We mentioned the driver of Dennis Moore, right? Dennis Moore tonight, 137th start. If he wins this race, it would be his 14th career win in the Northwest, first of the season. That will also go along with 56 top 5s and 95 top 10s, if he can pull it off. Other milestone marks tonight for races in this event in the Happy's 175. Tonight marks Jeff Stabnow's 440th career start in Northwest competition. 41 wins. His 41st win came in Daytona when the season started. Sean Breitzman has his 406th start tonight. Frank Harris has 350. Christopher White starts career race 325 tonight. Kevin Smith has surpassed 200 starts in Northwest. Start 203 this evening. Troy Daggett started his 170th career race tonight with the series. Ray Fortier also started his 165th career Northwest Racing Series event tonight. Paul Newton started his 90th Northwest Truck Series race tonight for the Northwest Racing Series. Driver in the second spot, might I add. And that's just some of the notable drivers as we go back to the end of our 12th caution of the race. Remember, there were 8 cautions before this one, 12 cautions. I think there's 10 lead changes because there was 3 the last time we looked at the graphic before the reset. So 10 lead changes, 12 caution flags, 4 laps to go. We're still in the regular scheduled distance of this race as well. Coming back to green. It is now 3 laps to go. Caution coming out will force overtime. Paul Newton on the inside. Gormley up top. Protects the outside. Moore battles back. So does Stabnow. To the line. 2 to go at Kern Raceway. Slamming, bamming for the top spot. Contact. Newton sideways. Locks up the rear truck. And we got Stabnow around. We got Breitzman around. We got Dan West Jr. into Newton. The caution's out. We're going to overtime. Sean Breitzman spun, so did Stabnow. Newton got in also to Dan West Jr. Overtime, look at them slamming into one another. 4 wide for a moment, are you kidding me? It's short track racing. And around goes the 46, around goes the 24. They're not done wrecking yet, they go into turn 3. Whew. And Dennis Moore back up in front again. Troy Daggett, first truck a lap down. He wasn't involved in the incident. He gets the free pass. He'll go back on the lead lap now. 13 trucks on the lead lap with Daggett going back. Ray Fournier is now the first driver a lap down in 14th. And we get ready for overtime. Remember what we mentioned about the rules of overtime. Remember, they have to obviously take the white flag. If they take the white flag, then they race back to the finish, wreckers or checkers. If a caution comes out before they take the white flag, we'll have a second attempt and even a third attempt. If the third attempt happens where they take the green flag, but they cannot finish the race under the CRN 1 to go, then the field is frozen. Okay, the field is frozen at time of caution. The finishing order will be based on the video of how they were at time of incident wreck, where they were on position on the racetrack with the scoring loop. Hopefully you're caught up with that. And we'll now get ready for a restart coming up. I think they're going to get there. They should get the 1 to go indication this time by. There it is. Lights off on the pace truck. Pace car. So the lights off. We'll go back for a restart. Overtime number 1, by the way. Overtime 1. Boy, Newton didn't get fired up on the outside lane. Gormley got impatient, so did Bloom. They got nowhere to go. Dan West Jr. to second. 44-55, door to door. 2 to go as Newton's loose again in 2. Into turn 3. Short track. Going at it. Happy's 175 reaches the white flag. CRN 1 to go. Final time. Moore the leader. Is the bump and run coming? Can West get there? Final time into turn 3. Dan West Jr. cannot send it. He can't catch the 44. Dennis Moore finally winning this year on the series. He'll take the Happy's 175 at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. It took 1 overtime to do it, but he gets it done. For Dennis Moore, it will be his 14th career win. His first of the season. And put himself in the playoffs and probably climbing up the scoring pylon in the points championship as well. And I believe I said 13th career win. My apologies. He already had 13 wins. This is win number for Dennis Moore. And the celebration is on. Paulison, Kim, Smith, Barnes, Harris. They're all celebrating in turn 1. And Ryan Gormley with an insult for the slam there for the winning truck. As the smoke clears, burning it down, Kevin Smith and at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway at Virtual Bakersfield. It is the driver, Dennis Moore, getting the win. Let's take a look at the results. Dennis Moore is your winner. Somebody's flying down the racetrack backwards. Dan West Jr. will finish second. Devin West will be third. Paul Newton, Ryan Bloom, top 5. Kevin Smith, Ryan Gormley, Brett Johnston, Sean Brightsman, Stephen Paulison finish the top 10. Rest of the rundown, including Christopher White, Troy Daggett, last truck on the lead lap. Ray Fournier will finish this race 13th. The lap down is Stabnow as well, 14th. Dana Rogers, the Fanta truck, is 15th, followed by Frank Harris, Brian Barnes, Toby Ritter's what might have been if he wouldn't have wrecked. He had a good run as well, a stab now. Tyler Kim and BJ Tidrick, the top 20. Rest of the rundown, including of 26 or 27 starters, Tyler King, Chase Carrillo exited early as Stephen O'Hara as well. Roy Grande had a bad night. James Vining did not like the short track experience, and neither did Bryce Clark or Scott Hutchinson, as they decided not to start the race. Coming up, post-race wrap-up from Kevin Harvick's Kern County Raceway. Dennis Moore winning, another first-time winner on the season this year. It's now his 14th career of the Northwest, and we will grab the podium and prepare for the off week for 4th of July when we return. This is iRacing on LSRTV and CRN. Welcome back to Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Happy's 175 in the books. Dennis Moore, the winner. We'll hopefully try to grab a word with him. First off, let's grab the drivers on the podium. Father and son, second and third, defending champion. Already got wins this year, Devin West. Devin, I got to ask you, what was your take of Kern County Raceway tonight?
Well, Wesley, I thought it was pretty good. I thought those green flag runs were a lot of fun. I think if we can clean up a little bit, it's going to be a pretty good race going forward. I hope it says on the calendar. It's just a little different than what we normally do, and I kind of miss this type of track, so I enjoyed it.
So my question is this. Do you feel like it was the drivers themselves that had the product of the racing be what it was, I guess?
No, I don't want to put on any drivers because I think even also at the front, me especially, we had our issues too. I mean, this is a sketch track, and it's short track racing. And turn 3 was just really, really sketchy. And there weren't really any fixed sets that were out there for sale or anything. And so if you didn't have any practicing, honestly, I'm impressed you made a lap. So, and now I think if we do this more often, maybe people get used to it. People know when you're practicing, and they need to know more patient. I think maybe that'll help going forward.
All right, buddy. Well, I'll tell you what. Before I let you go, I want you to thank your sponsors. But I do also want to ask you, man, what's your thoughts of these teams that are coming in here and the racing, the winning, and it's shaping up to be a really fun run to the playoffs, I think, for sure.
Absolutely. Obviously, we had that big setup change on iRacing. We did that big update. And so the setups are way different. All of our old setups prior to about a month ago are garbage now. So we're all starting with a fresh deck. It's pretty cool to see all those cars up front. Makes it more fun for all of us to have more competitive field. So, my sponsors: Effective Web Solutions, Keeney's Custom Hardwood, Motorsports Distributing, and Washington Cedar Supply. Oh, and then you guys in the booth, obviously, awesome job. And then Jeff, awesome set tonight, just like normal. So, yeah.
And it's also done the defending series champion right there, Devin West, will finish third again here tonight at Kern Raceway. Let's go down to the runner-up of the event, and I believe we've got now Dan West Jr. Dan, multi-time series champion. He's got wins this year. So has son Devin. Just, man, your take of this race. Dan, do you agree with Devin? Did you like Kern Raceway, or do you feel like it was just kind of a caution filled with the drivers themselves doing what they were doing on the track than the truck itself or the track? What are your take?
I loved it. I think this is, I wish we could do more short tracks like this. I mean, it's a little bit of a slow start there for you guys and us, but I don't put any blame, like Devin says, on the drivers. These trucks we didn't have any kind of even an iRacing baseline setup, so out of the gate, these things just did not want it. You could see it. They go into turn 3 and they immediately just turn around. We worked really hard to fix that on our truck, and we still didn't get it all the way out. So I loved it, man. I hope that at the end of the day, that towards the end of the race, it was putting on a decent show for you guys.
It definitely did, especially after the transition of the green caution. But, man, you were racing hard, dude. Just kind of ran out of time. What happened? Did you back away? Could you have went for the bump and run on Dennis Moore? You just didn't want to win it that way, or was he really a strong truck at the end?
No, he was a strong truck. I threw it in there on the outside of him going into one, and I couldn't stick the nose. It just got really tight on me. So just tried to gather it back up and tried to make one last run at him. But his truck rotated, I think, just a little bit better than mine. And even if I was as good or better than him, it would have been, for one lap to go, would have been a tough pass.
Well, Bud, before I let you go, thank your sponsors, and we'll see you after the 4th of July break. Can't believe how fast this year's flew, ain't it?
Oh, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. That's the thing, is we haven't put a lot of laps in, over here at LSRTV Racing. We, all of our personal lives have been busy. It's summertime, right? People are out of school and got some personal stuff going on, and we're all just busy. So they threw this curveball at us with this new setup, which is awesome. I mean, I think it's great. It just kind of mixed the bag up a little bit, and you see some new guys up top, and it's just awesome to see. But it's crazy. It's crazy. We can probably use a little bit of a break after tonight. But LSRTV, appreciate all they do. Appreciate Wesley, you guys up in the booth. You guys are awesome. CRN, Effective Web Solutions, and Northwest Racing Series, and all my teammates.
As the winner, the 44 Machine Win Racing, his 14th career win, and of course, first one of the season. So Dennis Moore, big kudos to him. We're unable to get him for post-race interviews, but it's all good. Thanks to the West family for second and third. And with that being said, we are going to jump off air. Please, thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a great 4th of July. Enjoy with your family and your friends and your loved ones. And when you're out there racing or picnicking or barbecuing or doing whatever you're doing with your family, friends, loved ones, whatever you choose for the 4th, know that it's because of the 4th of July. And it's about our nation's birthday and our independence, and allow us to have the freedoms to do what we do. We'll be back after 4th of July. That'll be, of course, on July the 8th. July 8th it will be. July 8th, we're back with you here. Hope that you and yours can join us also. And that, of course, will be the events at Pocono Raceway. For Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wooten, Rocket Racing Media. For everybody, I'm Wesley Outland. Congrats to Dennis Moore. Good night from the Happies 170.